Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about how to stop bloating, so let's get started. Now, bloating, especially in the face, I'm sure we've all experienced this at some point. You know, you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and your face is looking fatter than usual, you're looking puffy, and you don't know why. So this is one of the worst things, because sometimes, you know, perhaps you've got something important to do. I don't know, you've got a job interview, you're going on a date or something, and you don't want to be looking, you want to be looking your best, you don't want to be looking puffy and fatter than you are really. So what causes facial bloating? Well, when your face is puffy, it's basically the early stage of dehydration. So if you've been out drinking the night before, or you've eaten a lot of salty foods, you'll see this you know, the next morning most likely, because when you're dehydrated, the face is one of the first places your body will conserve water. So it's basically just water retention in your face. You've not gained, you know, 30 pounds overnight, you're not suddenly fatter, you're just holding more water. So obviously, to stop this, you need to drink more water, you need to make sure you're hydrated. If you are eating more salty foods, then you need to drink more water as well. Another thing, the more salt that you're eating, the more potassium you need to consume. Because salt will draw in water, you know, potassium sort of balances salt. So make sure that you're consuming more potassium, the more salt in, and more water as well. Now, a good source of potassium is avocados. Most vegetables have a lot of potassium, a lot of leafy greens. You want to be aiming to eat around 6 to 8 cups of green vegetables a day really. You know, spinach is very good. What else? Kale. No. Any green leafy vegetables are perfect really, you know, a lot of lettuce, that kind of thing. You'll get your daily potassium. Salt. Now, you probably consume, if you don't know much about salt, you're probably consuming the typical table salt. Now, table salt is just pure sodium. It's terrible, you know. It's processed, it's got nothing beneficial in it whatsoever. So you want to change that to preferably Himalayan salt, the pink Himalayan salt if you can. It's not much more expensive. There's a lot of cheap brands of it today, so you know, try and change to that. The reason being, it's got a lot of other minerals that you need as well, so it is very healthy in comparison to you know, your standard table salt. Now, body bloating is a bit different, especially, you know, your stomach bloating. That's usually caused by gases, intestinal gases. So this depends more on what you've been eating and drinking. It's mainly caused if you've been drinking a lot of beer, because beer is very gassy. Also a lot of high protein foods. So what I said again in the beginning, you're likely to suffer from bloating both in the face and body if you've been out drinking. So if you've been out the night before, you've probably drank, you know, a gallon of beer, and then you've gone and had I don't know, a couple of cheeseburgers or something. So you're a prime target for this bloating. You know, you're going to be suffering from this the next day. So really, you want to try and avoid drinking beer and all alcohol really, especially if you are dieting, and you know, limit your high protein foods. Vegetables as well. Now obviously you want to eat a lot of vegetables, but broccoli, particularly broccoli, types of cruciferous vegetables, they're very likely to cause you a lot of gases. So you want to cook them well, you know, steam them, boil them, whatever, make sure they're cooked well. You definitely don't want to be eating them raw, because you will be suffering, you know, if you do eat them raw. Not many people do though, I shouldn't think. But yeah, so make sure they're cooked well. You know, don't start your diet and eat, you know, 2 kilos of broccoli every day. You want to change it up. Obviously you want to eat different vegetables. You don't want to be eating the same thing every day. So you don't necessarily have to limit types of broccoli, kale, that kind of thing, but just be aware that it can cause, you know, additional gases. So you don't want to make it worse by adding in other things. You know, if you are eating broccoli, then you don't want to be eating you know, too much high protein, beer. Another main thing is you want to avoid sodas, you know, diet sodas in particular, because they contain a lot of sugar alcohols, xylitol, that kind of thing, and when they're broken down into gas. So they're one of the main culprits, I would say. So especially when you are dieting, a lot of people will turn to diet sodas and they'll be drinking gallons of that to fill themselves up. Well, you want to stop that straight away, because that will make you look worse. You'll feel like you're not losing weight because your stomach will be bloated. So you want to avoid those diet sodas. Change it for something else, you know. Sparkling water is a lot better option. So definitely cut those down. Another thing you may have experienced, and I've only experienced this twice in my life, but some people seem to suffer more with this, is you can get this kind of gas. They call it sulfur burps, and this is basically when you've consumed a lot of food in a short amount of time, or you know, a lot of alcohol, way too much protein, and this is horrible. You'll just have constant gases, you know, that smell like rotten eggs. And if you've ever done a calorie challenge or that kind of thing, or if you've ever suffered from binge eating, you almost certainly have had this. So the main way to stop that, obviously, you need to try and eat moderately. Don't eat too quickly. Don't drink too much alcohol. You know, not too much protein. Nobody needs, you know, people are way too over the top with protein. You don't need that much protein. I mean, even the you know, the recommended per pound of body weight thing, it's way more than you actually need. You don't need that much protein. You know, for most people, even just 50 grams of protein a day is enough, really. You know, you don't need to be going ridiculous with it. So, you know, you want to stop facial bloating. You know, drink more, less salt. Change your salt to Himalayan salt. Body bloating, less diet sodas, less alcohol. Don't go crazy on the vegetables. Yep. And you know, if you are suffering from this, you know, the sulfur burps, then you know, that's a main cause of that is binge eating. So if you are suffering from that, I've suffered from that a couple of years ago now, and you know, I know how terrible it is. I'll do another video on that. But you know, just try to eat moderately and slowly. You know, make sure you're eating your food slowly. Otherwise, you know, you'll keep getting that regularly. So thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.